Hello everyone, welcome to Catch Up 2.0 presents The Honest Bytes, co-presented by the Student Activity Council. We have amongst us a man of great caliber, Commander V. Krishna Garu. He is a retired Indian Army and he is presently working as Managing Director at Artillery Systems Private Limited and Consultant Vice President as Electronics. So we are really happy to have you with us today, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Sir, actually, thank you so much for accepting invitation for a YCAT 2023 and giving insights to our students. And may I know what your first experience while you facing in VVIT? Like,
VVIT gave me a big pleasant surprise because of its expansive building and the facilities that I instantly could grab as I walk in. I didn't know about it, so tucked in a nice green field, VVIT presented itself as one of the prestigious institutions. The buildings and the facilities and the Siemens labs and the whole skill centers, they have quickly given me a very good impression about an eminent institution within this Guntur and Krishna districts.
yes, sir, thank you so much. And we have a couple of questions to know about what your journey, and we are ready to get inspired by your journey, sir. So, how did your military background influence your leadership style in this corporate world, sir?
See, leadership, actually, if you go back into the history, leadership starts with the military. The officer is a word which was first used in the military in the World War, or if you go back any of the historical moments even beyond to the 12th century, 13th century. So leadership as a quality, as a domain, emanated from the battlefield. That is where most challenges occur, most difficult and unknown areas. So navigating through that, therefore, coming from armed forces to civilian life, leadership for me was already ingrained as a part of my training. It is just that I have to retune myself that I am coming to a civilian world where when I just give an order, it will be executed was the kind of understanding I had. It doesn't happen. The moment you say it doesn't happen in civilian world, things happen in their own pace. They happen with depending on the backgrounds, depending on the situations. So circumstances also dictate. So shouting or any kind of a rule will not work. One has to be more empathetic, understand them, and bring the people to your side, or you become part of them, and instill confidence in them that whatever you do is for the good of the institution or for good of everybody, with no malice, with nothing. So once these kind of retunings are done, the basic core of the leadership to excel, to be, and a leadership like the big people, the very notable men have said, leadership is about making more leaders, not being a leader. So how do you instill so that the next generation of the people are also created as leaders? So for me it was, I would say that basic core material was existing. I had to adapt a little bit, understanding the people. At the age of 40, 41, it was easy for me.
Yeah, it might be helpful for your smooth functioning of artillery systems.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and what motivated you, sir, to transition from Indian Navy to the family business sector?
Yeah, actually it was not the motivation. The circumstantial situation was such that I had to quit, and there's a certain family compulsions I had, and therefore I found also that I am 22, 23 years I've been away, and situations demanded. So I had to take a very tough decision to choose a path away from the armed forces. So I had to resign. So it's more of my compulsions, that's all.
Yeah, but actually serving 22 years for the nation is a very proud moment, sir. Thank you so much for that. And so what were the most significant differences and similarities between leading a military unit and leading a business organization?
Yeah, like I said, the leading a military unit is, I find, is far easier. It's a well-oiled machinery, and the layers of hierarchy are very clear. And we do leadership to inspire men to fight, to be in the front and take the bullet. That is the difference. Otherwise they wear uniform, they do everything, they come on time, but then the motivation that has to be driven into the man in uniform is to face the bullet with a smile. And face the bullet meaning you should be able to give the bullet also. That kind of a motivation, the morale boosting, it has to be pumped in every day, every other day. And for that we need to be living with them, understanding them, and creating that kind of a ecosystem there. But in civilian leadership has a completely different format. Here we have to understand that people are here with different economic backgrounds, different religious, or the spectrum of our backgrounds are so different, and their requirements are also different. Within that we have to get the work out of them. Needs a soft methodology. At the same time, that the carrot and stick policy won't work here. It cannot work. Only the carrot will work. The stick cannot work. That is the chief difference, because the option for every man to resign or to get out of the job is so open. And if you lose a man, you lose the talent, you lose the experience he has. So we have to readjust, and our language, our approach, our body language, everything, so that you aim to retain. It doesn't mean that you compromise on the value system, doesn't mean you compromise on the quality system. You have to maintain it, but we have to reword it and probably incentivize it. So every time it's a new discovery as to how we have to do it. I find it's a tougher challenge being in a civilian world.
And so can you share any advice for individuals looking to be successful transitions between different career domains, like one domain to another domain, as you have done?
See, domain change is more to do with mind change. There is this kind, we often hear what is called mind. Mind is not brain. Brain is an organ, mind is not an organ. So you must understand, I don't want to go into the depth of it.
Got it, sir, got it.
Yeah. So do you mind if I do, they say, or the mind is a very important aspect in our human life. So mind can make you or break you. If someone didn't wish you on your happy birthday, you can start thinking, this fellow forgot me, he doesn't like me, or he's like this, he's proud, he's egoistic. You can also think, poor chap, he's always forgetful, I must remind him that's my birthday today, and I'll take a party out of him, or such a cute thing he has done, he's forgotten. You can also think like this. See, mind can take you this way also, that way also. If you don't control your mind, you can't control your life. Mind tries to control you by giving you various inputs, but you need to take, there is something called intellect in it. Mind is different, intellect is different. I am a diabetic, let's say. There's a sweet in front of me. My mind says, eat. Nothing happens. My intellect says, no. Doctor told you not to eat.
Yeah.
So when the intellect and your discrimination dominates, the mind will keep quiet. In domain change, okay, what is the domain I am in? The new domain. What are the challenges? How do I get to navigate and know it? Why can't I learn? I can learn. People take examples are many are all around us who have from agriculture they have become scientists, or scientists have become IITians have become agriculturists. How did they change? You need to motivate yourself. I can, I will. You have to take the baby steps of getting into the rock bottom of the fundamentals. Supposing you are in the field of IT and you have to change into another domain, you want to go at parallel level, you will not. You have to come to the roots. Then if you go directly, the fundamentals are not clear, you will not be able to, because it will be shaky.
Yeah.
No building can be made directly from the 4th floor.
Yes, sir.
It has to be, foundation has to be laid. Therefore, you have to understand that I need to go to fundamentals. Maybe now I am 22-year-old, but I have to learn from a 12-year-old or a 14-year-old. Yes, be ready. What is the problem? You can learn from a plant, from a goat. Why not from a child? So you have to forget all that. That is again an ego, again a mind. I have to learn. I have to be notches above in the new field. Fix that as the target and have your own program as to how I'm going to do it. Look back, you might slip, but you will definitely make it.
Yeah, failures are stepping stones to success. Yeah. So recently, as you are a businessman and one of the superheroes of India, India hosted G20 recently.
Yeah.
So what's your perspectives on that, sir?
G20, as you know, is a group of 20 nations which occupy, in terms of population or GDP, almost 60-70% of the universe, of the world. It's a powerful body, and therefore the decisions of this body impacts the rest of the world. Together they can do a lot. G20 has been happening around in a rotational basis to various countries. It has come to India, and on one side you can say it has happened here also, it happened before also. But on the positive side, I find that G20 has impacted almost every walk of life.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Because somehow the government has made sure it reaches every corner of the country. You find G20 posters all over. That made a query in everyone's mind, what is G20? Otherwise, G20, when it was held in, let us say, some other country in China or somewhere, we didn't know, except people who knows newspaper. So awareness has gone up. Second, most monumental achievement is foreign affairs is a tough subject. It is very difficult to convince another country about another country. Okay? Complex subject is foreign affairs, and it's an art of talking and convincing, which is not everybody's forte. So the outcome of this G20 is an understanding of all 20 nations jointly signing one declaration, which is impossible. Why I am saying impossible? We have Turkey here, you have Ukraine, you have Russia, you have China, you have America, you have UK. You know, Ukraine and Russia at war. Some of these nations are supporting Ukraine. Some of these few are like China, Turkey are supporters of Russia. We have here people with different ideologies.
Yes, sir.
To give a common thread, to stitch them up together and give a common declaration that we all agree on certain impacting decisions of the world, whether it is terrorism or ecosystem or ecology or wars. It's not so easy. People won't sign. You are saying yes to something that India has stitched them together. So Mr. Ravikant, Ravikant, he's called a Sherpa. He's done it. It's done a stupendous job in getting the nations to agree to a common declaration. If you read the declaration, you'll understand it is not just all of us might be at a party. No. The declaration contains certain decisions which impact the world.
Yeah.
So that's one of the major achievements. It's okay. They gone around, they had dosa, or Indian. So it's okay. That's all a very cultural thing.
Yes,
Right?
sir. And sir, how did you experience at the prestigious staff course in Wellington and the award of an MSc in Defense Studies shape your career in leadership style?
Staff college in the armed forces officers, it's a prestigious institution. There is a entrance test for it. We need to qualify, and also followed by a very grueling interview. Very selectively they take from all three armed forces, and the seats are limited. Competition is severe. We are allowed only 2 or 3 attempts. Therefore, that shows the standing of that college, and the college is 1 year course for us. It's a mid-management course. I would have finished roughly around 14-15 years of service, I think, maybe. I had already captained a ship. So all armed forces people come. In addition, around 40 countries send their armed forces people. So this institution actually puts in 1 year a complete change in our approach, because they take us from a working level officers to a senior management level officers. Meaning, how do you view, if I have some worldly knowledge today, world affairs, interest in that, it is because of staff college, because we discuss in that the projects and the discussions are at a very high level of at the world level discussions are held. Therefore, you need to read a lot, learn a lot. Like any organization, like Indian Army or Armed Navy or Air Force, or like any organization, when you go to a higher level, like if I have to become naval headquarters, if I have to sit there and as a deputy chief of naval staff, look at the various operations that are happening entire Navy, force, what the force levels, what are the threat perceptions from the outside, what are the changing phenomena of the world, what are the cultural changes happening. If one needs to widen this horizon to look at a larger picture of the universe from top, you need to cultivate certain habits, certain outcomes from that fellow to have a bigger outlook. If you are managing a small district office, your number of people and your number of problems are limited to that geography. When you are placed there, expansive, you are looking at, being in the Navy, we look at our oceans. What is our reach? How many ships are there? What are submarines, aircraft? Planning. This requires an expansive, futuristic thinking. To bring that thinking, to bring that habit, to bring that, the training is the module which transforms us to take up higher positions. So higher management lessons, higher management training is done at that age. So then normally we go from there to West Command Headquarters, where we command a huge number of ships, inputs, how to manage this and all that. So managing at a larger level is what is imbibed into that, and looking at the connecting the dots and seeing, attending seminars. So your discussions and your outlook changes into a global perception. So that is the transformation staff college brings. So it happens only few who are aspiring to become something in the Navy.
Yes, sir. So today we have a very good experience with you, sir, like knowing how leaders should be and your leadership style and all the stuff, and how the domain transition should be done. So we got very good insights, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Invitation,
I
sir.
enjoyed. Yeah.
So this is the wrap up of Catch Up 2.4 presents The Honest Bytes, co-presented by the Student Activity Council. So thank you, and catch you up in the next series.